Hi everyone! Today on my bench I have a Tascam DA-6400. This is a 64-channel digital audio recorder. Something is wrong with this unit, and someone has been inside because all the screws holding the top cover are missing. Let's have a look. Here it is with the cover off. Let's have a closer look. Mains input here, directly connected to power supply, so it must be always on, and the power button on the front panel must be a soft button. This is a slot for a solid state drive in a special caddy, and the caddy is missing, unfortunately. This board seems to have a few DC to DC converters. This is the main board. This is the display. A few buttons here, a clickable encoder, a few more buttons, headphones connector with the volume control, a couple of slots here for interface cards, non-installed unfortunately, some BNC connectors here for clock, I believe, Ethernet port with internal connection to the main board, parallel and serial ports here, and a small fan. It was described as powering up with nothing on the display, and that's what I see. Let's connect the power. I heard some clicking, must be a relay somewhere. And now, if I press this button, these buttons light up and nothing else happens. And now it doesn't turn off, but the manual says we should press and hold this for a while, then some message should pop up, and we should confirm by pressing and holding this for a while. Nothing is happening now, but it's hard to be sure without seeing anything. And maybe nothing is working at all. I am not even sure that the microcontroller is running. So I'm thinking about measuring some voltages and looking up some chips to better understand what's going on here. So I looked around here for a while. Let me tell you what I found so far. First of all, I was wrong before saying this board. There are several boards here. A small board here for the power button and USB port on the front panel. Then a board like that with a couple of DC to DC converters. This one seems to be for the SSD, and this one seems to be for the fan. Then a small board here with 3 DC to DC converters. These two sections seem to be identical, and this third one is slightly different. These 3 chips are identical. This power supply produces 12 volts only. This converter produces 5 volts, this one 3.3, and this one is off. Looks like it's not enabled. And the output, these 2 cables, are going to these 2 interface cards. Then on the main board I see this linear regulator taking 12 volts and producing 11. Then there is a MOSFET from that 11 volt rail to this fixed 5 volt regulator, and the MOSFET is off. This is a DAC and this is an op-amp, and the output seems to be going to this headphones amplifier. Then this chip is a special chip to control power rails for an XP-i MX6 series of processors, so this must be one of them. This is a flash chip with firmware, 2 RAM chips, EEPROM chip here, 24 MHz oscillator, it is running, I checked. 32 kHz oscillator running as well. Then this must be some sort of FPGA. There's a RAM chip next to it. And this is a frequency synthesizer. This is a precision TCXO oscillator, 250 MHz. I checked, it is running as well, so this must be to synthesize clock. Then there is an LED right next to this power controller. It lights up. There are two more LEDs here. One lights up, but after a while, about 12 seconds, it goes off and the other one lights up. Then I checked multiple power rails around here. 1.5 volt rail for the RAM, 3 volt rail for the processor, 5 volt rail, 3.3, 2.5, 1.8 for the RAM, 1 volt rail for FPGA core, and perhaps forgot some others. So it seems to me that the processor is running, but at some point gets stuck, perhaps initializing some peripherals. I hooked up my logic analyzer to the flash chip for wire SPI interface, to EEPROM chip, to wire I2C interface, and two LEDs. Here is what I captured. The first 4 pins are the SPI bus. We can zoom in here and look at the data. So we see this large block of activity for about 13 seconds, and at this point the first LED turns off and the second one turns on, and there is no activity on the I2C bus at all. And somewhere at this point I pushed the power button just to see if there's any activity because of that, and we don't see anything, at least on these pins we monitor. So I guess what we see is loading of the operating system from flash to RAM, and perhaps at this point the operating system should start running, but something goes wrong. Perhaps RAM is bad, or FPGA doesn't respond, or something else fails to initialize. Here is the main board. I wanted to have a look at the bottom side, and I also removed the heatsinks to look at the chips. There is a lot here. More power stuff, 2 more RAM chips for the processor, identical to these two. The processor is IMX6 quad. There is also a battery here for this real-time clock chip, this tiny chip next to the 32 kHz oscillator. I looked up this battery. It is rechargeable, and charging voltage is from 2.8 to 3.3 volts, and this thing is sitting at about 2.3, and the real-time clock can work down to 1.3. So looks like there is no problem with the battery. This is a flash memory chip for the FPGA, and the FPGA is RTX 7. And also I noticed a couple of LEDs here. Before I looked at these two, and they must be status LEDs for the processor, and these two must be status LEDs for the FPGA. And I didn't notice them before because they were covered by cables running to these connectors and the front panel here. So now I need to check what they show. So I looked at these two LEDs and they do absolutely nothing, which is one more reason why I didn't notice them before. And I soldered a few wires to the flash chip on the bottom of the board to see what's going on there. Here is what I captured. This is quad SPI, which is faster, and this flash I believe is 4 times smaller than the main processor's flash. So this block of activity takes only about 800 milliseconds. And it looks sensible. If we zoom in, we can see some data. So it seems to me that the FPGA is okay. But still, I would think it should indicate successful boot using those LEDs somehow, but that doesn't happen. After probing around for quite some time, I couldn't find anything wrong with the hardware. I can be wrong about this, of course, but my working hypothesis is that the firmware is corrupted. So, I desoldered both flash chips, and I read them using my programmer and this adapter, and I see a lot of English strings in the main processor's firmware. In particular, suggesting version 1.3, which is quite old. There are two updates available from Tascam website, version 3.20 and 3.13. I downloaded them, but unfortunately the updates are not flash images. They seem to have headers and obfuscated payload. But looking at the content of the flash chips and at the updates, and with substantial help from Claude, I think I figured out the layout and how to construct flash images from updates. So let's program the results into the chips, solder them back, and see how that goes. So now watch the LEDs and the fan when I turn the power on. Both CPU LEDs light up for a moment, and the fan starts briefly, and everything goes dark again. And now look at this. Watch the screen. It boots up. How cool is that? And now both CPU LEDs blink, and one of the FPGA LEDs stays on. The unit is back together and seems to work fine. I cannot test it much more at the moment because I don't have any interface cards and I don't have an SSD drive. It seems to have a standard SATA interface, but it takes a special CADI, which I don't have at the moment. And I'm so glad that my guess was right. There could be some hardware problem, such as faulty memory chip, let's say, or something else, but it was just a corrupted firmware. Thanks for watching. Bye.